Hello everyone, today in this video we'll fight against the atmospheric of our world around us, and this time we will discuss one aspect of Polish modern history, but it can be used as a case study for other similar cases. During the partitions, one should remember, Poland was divided into three powers: Prussia, later German Empire, Tsarist Russia, so Russian Empire, and Austria, later since 1867 Austro-Hungarian monarchy, and after some time, after a crisis of Austrian monarchy, when Prussians defeated them in the battles of Sadowa and few others, they had to reform. So Habsburg Austria was transformed into the federal monarchy with huge autonomy for many nations that were part of it. This was dual Austro-Hungarian monarchy, but Polish minority on the northeast got a huge cultural autonomy, so-called autonomy in Galicia. In Poland we call it Little Poland and Eastern Little Poland. I don't like the name Galicia. And in these regions, since 1867, Polish culture thrived, especially in two places, two cities, Krakow and Lwów, and that's it. And many people who are coming from these regions of previous Austrian slash Austro-Hungarian partitions really have sentiments to these days, especially to very long period of peace during the reign of the Emperor Franz Josef. And in many houses one can still find the portrait of Franz Josef. This is a manifestation of this sentiment, the descendants of former subjects of von Habsburg dynasty have. But is this sentiment justified? With respect to the conditions to development Polish culture under this partition, in contrast to prosecutions which Polish culture and Polish people experienced under German and Russian partitions? Yes, but politically and economically these were backwarded regions, underinvested on purpose, because the first serious defense line was planned, and what First World War shown was actively used. The first defense line was on the Carpathian Mountains, so these territories were given to the enemy quite easily when enemy started offensive in 1914 in August. And one needs to remember that German and later Austro-Hungarian agents were putting a lot of money to develop Ukrainian nationalism and divide Catholic Slavic people and Christian Orthodox Slavic people, just not to make not to have too many Polish people on the northeastern frontiers of their country. So, and this Ukrainian nationalism is so strong and built in the way that the main principle of being Ukrainian is being anti-Polish, and to a lesser extent anti-Russian, but still mainly anti-Polish. So we now know why already in 1918, where a independent Polish state was formed in eastern Greater Poland, so Volhynia, Lwów and territories, bloody fights between Polish and Ukrainians occurred, and later we had a massacre of Polish civilians when Polish state lost the independence since 1939 till 1947. So we see that unfortunately Habsburg agents did a good job, in quotation, in dividing Slavic populations into two hostile ethnoses. So is this great sentiment to the Austrian partition justified? In my opinion, no. Economically backward, underinvested on purpose, and socially divided by mainly Habsburg agents to make Polish people weaker. Ukrainians were created. The really sworn enemy of everything what's Polish. So I do not understand this sentiment to the Habsburg times, but we know that Polish memory, not only Polish, that human memory is selective, and this might be one of the main reasons why, among many people coming from the region of former Austrian partition, this pro-Habsburg sentiment, especially sentiment to old, poor, and dumb Franz Josef, still exists. All the best. Have a nice day. Bye.